Today, I'm going to show you how to change colors of any type of clothing in Photoshop, including how to create realistic black and white, which in my opinion are the most difficult to pull off. So download the sample image included in the link right down below and let's get into it. So we're starting off with a simple image, something you might see for an e-commerce website, and I need a way to get my selection around my subject's clothing. The first thing we have to do is always make a selection. There's so many different ways to do it, but in this case, because we have our subject on a simple background, we're gonna use a tool called Select Subject. Go up here to your Select dialog, there we go, and then down to Subject. Super easy to use. So let's go ahead and go to Select Subject. And as you can see, it puts a little marching ants or little dots right around our subject, which is perfect. So that's our first step. Now, if it doesn't do it exactly like how you want, that's totally okay. What we're gonna do is create a layer mask out of this that you can edit at any time. So now that our subject is selected, you can see that it's selected her hair, and obviously we don't wanna change that color, but it's okay. For the most part, we have exactly what we need. The next thing we're gonna do is load this selection into a hue saturation adjustment layer. So because we have the selection active, it's gonna automatically do it. Let's just go up to Layer, down to New Adjustment Layer, and we're gonna go over to where it says Hue/Saturation. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and hit OK. And as you can see, our subject is no longer selected, but the selection automatically was loaded into the layer mask. So anytime you have an active selection and you make an adjustment layer, it's gonna load that selection into the layer mask. But the selection includes my subject's face, and if I wanted to change the hue, it's gonna change the hue of my subject's face as well. So it's actually really easy to remove areas like our subject's face. You can use all types of different selection tools. You can go up here right over to your Quick Selection tool, and simply click and drag over the area you want to remove, okay? And then click on your layer mask, and we're just gonna fill that with black on our layer mask, making it invisible, okay? So we'll just go to Edit, and then down to Fill, and then here we go, we're just gonna fill this with black. There we go. Let's deselect and hold Alt or Option and click on our layer mask, and you can see that is no longer included in my selection, which means we're not gonna change the color of that area. All right, let's do it a little bit more. So I'm just gonna go ahead and paint right over our subject's hair here. There we go, that looks pretty good. And we're just gonna hit Shift Delete, which is the keyboard shortcut for fill, and we're just gonna fill that with black. Okay, now if I wanna just select our subject's hand, cool. Shift Delete, fill that with black as well. And then let's go ahead and do a little selection right over here. It's gonna just know to grab our subject's arm right there. Be sure you're on your background layer with your subject actually on it. That's gonna help the tool do a good job. There we go, and it's gonna kind of just figure it out. You can hold Alt or Option to minus some areas out if you needed to. All right, and we'll just fill that with black as well. Fantastic, so now let's go ahead and take a look at our layer mask. Hold Alt or Option to click on it. Pretty good, we still have an outline of the hair, not a big deal. I'm gonna hit L for my lasso tool, and we're just gonna lasso around, there we go, and hit Shift Delete and fill that with black. So basically we just want a really nice selection of the clothing. And if it's not perfect, don't worry about it. Again, we're just working with layer masks, right? So you can change these at any point in time. But as far as that looks, we're pretty good. Okay, now here's the deal. To accurately change colors in Photoshop, you really want to use two different layers. You want to use a hue saturation adjustment layer, which we already created, and you want to use a curves adjustment layer. The trick is you want those both to have the same exact layer mask, okay? That way you don't have to make those changes on both layers if you decide to either mask in your subject's face or your hands and things like that. So how do you have two adjustment layers with the same layer mask? It's actually a lot easier than you might think. All you have to do is create a group and then use a mask on the group and then create whatever layer you want inside of that group. So let's show you how to do it. So let's go ahead and group this together. Control or Command G to group my hue saturation adjustment layer with itself. You can see just a group with one layer in it. I'm gonna click and hold right here on the layer mask and drag that up to the group, and it's gonna become the layer mask of the group. Okay, so now anything that I place inside of this group is only gonna be visible right there. So let's go ahead and grab the second layer we talked about, a curves adjustment layer. Fantastic. So we're set up. Let's go ahead and put a mask on there. So we have our hue saturation adjustment layer and our curves adjustment layer, and they're both inside of the group that's going to be defined by this layer mask. And now we're ready to change this color to whatever we want. So let's go ahead and jump in. We'll show you how it's done. Now, by the way, if this seems at all complicated, this PSD file is also included in the download for free on PHLEARN.com, so you can go in here and see exactly what we did. Well, let's go ahead and start. We're going to our hue saturation adjustment layer. I'm going to double click right here, okay? And we're going to click on this colorize button. Little known button within hue saturation. We're going to click on colorize. There we go. And now I'm able to simply change the colors of anything in my image. You can see really, really easy change the hue and saturation. But let's check this out. Remember the inside of the hoodie? That got selected when I did my quick select, right? So now you can see it's not included in the selection. That's not a problem because we're working with layer masks. All I have to do is simply click right here on the layer mask for the group. You can see it's got a white outline there. And I can just simply go inside my brush tool and I can paint this visible. So I can say, yep, you know what, this effect, we want this to be visible on the inside of the hoodie as well. And you could use this tool to make a different color on the inside of the hoodie as the outside of the hoodie, for instance. There we go. And let's go ahead and make it visible there. In any areas where your layer mask missed, super easy. Just remember, you can always go in here and clean up your layer mask and get it exactly like how you want it. There we go. And that's looking really, really nice. You can see we excluded the skin here and the skin there, but all the clothing is really, really well represented. So back to our hue saturation adjustment layer, you can see I can change this hue incredibly simply. I can change my saturation. So if we want like a nice lavender, that's really easy to do as well. Now, if you just want to change color, this is all you have to do. But if you want to create a white or a black, those are a little bit more tricky, and that's why we added this curves adjustment layer, because we want to make sure we can control the lights and the darks. So let's go ahead and start off by creating black. So here in our hue saturation adjustment layer, you can see we're still on our colorize function, okay? I'm going to go ahead and bring my saturation all the way down, okay? Which in this case you can see is just gray. Now, I'm going to start by bringing my lightness down as well. And you can see it's looking pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. But as I bring my lightness down to about here, okay, it looks black, but it looks super fake, right? Like that doesn't actually look black because black still has light colored highlights on it. So what we want to do is just bring this up just a little bit, and you can move these around as you please. And then we're going to go into our curves adjustment layer, and I'm going to make my darks a little bit darker, and I'm going to make my lights a little bit lighter because those should catch the light a little bit more. So you can go in here and kind of work with your darks and lights to create something that's going to be a little bit more representative of true black. And you can change it to get like a dark gray or something like that. So as you can see, that's going to look a lot more realistic than just taking your lightness all the way down to 0. That's not really going to work. So how do you do white? Just the exact opposite. You take your lightness, and instead of going all the way to the right, because that's not going to look good, we're going to go to right about here. Okay, just create a relatively light colored gray, and then you're going to go into your curves adjustment layer, okay? And then we're just going to bring our lights a little bit darker and our darks a little bit lighter. There we go. So we're kind of using the opposite formula that we were with our blacks to create our whites. And you can continue to adjust these and make them exactly like how you want, but it kind of gives you control over all your light and dark elements. We can make that a little bit lighter even. And then we get a much more realistic light and a much more realistic black. And then in this case, all we really have to do is take care of this area here, especially when we create white. Okay, we want our layer mask to just be a little bit better than that, okay? This layer mask doesn't look exactly correct because we were just doing it with a regular color adjustment, so we didn't need it to be much better. So what we want to do, let's go ahead and just give this a nice little fade, okay? There we go. So we're just going to fade that in with our brush tool. All right, and then we need to just bring the hair outline back over top of our hoodie. So how do we do that? Well, it's actually easier than you might think. What we're gonna do is actually create a selection from our subject's hair. So we're gonna go back to, remember earlier how we did select subject? We're gonna go back to that. Let's go ahead and make all this invisible. We're gonna go to our background layer. I'm gonna go to select and then down here to select subject once more. It's gonna do a nice job selecting my subject's hair. Now with select subject active, I'm gonna create a new layer and then I'm just gonna use my brush tool. We're just gonna paint red on here. We're gonna use this just as a selection, okay? So let's go to our brush tool. We're gonna go ahead and just paint right here on the edge, and this is gonna be used as a selection. There we go. Let's Control or Command D to deselect it. We're getting a little bit more advanced than just simple hair color, but we gotta make sure your edges look good too. So let's say we have that white, okay? Now I have this edge that I can use as selection. I can just simply rotate this around, and then this can become something like the bottom of my subject's hair. Okay, so because I have this red little selection like that, I'm gonna hold Control or Command and click on that to turn it into a selection. And then on a new layer right above that, we're just gonna use our clone stamp tool, okay? So our clone stamp tool, S for our clone stamp tool, and I'm just gonna sample and paint this the current and below. Let's hit Control or Command H to hide it. And I'm just painting some more hair right below that area, okay? It's gonna make it look like the hair is coming in front of the white hoodie. There we go. It's gonna make it look a lot more realistic. Let's do the same thing here. So this red layer is only gonna be used, the only reason I made this is so I can get a really nice selection of hair that I can then use to make a nice clean edge for my hoodie. So let's hold Control or Command, click on that hair again, we don't need it anymore. And on this same layer, there we go. We're just gonna go ahead and clone stamp in that selection. Fantastic, and that's gonna cover up any areas that we need because this area was in shadow, remember, early on, so we didn't really have to make a perfect selection when we were working with just dark colors. But as soon as we change it to light, obviously you can see this is not gonna work. It's not gonna look realistic, but there we go. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our different colors, including black and white. So we're starting off with our original color. Here we are switched to green. Here's our black version and our white. You can see all completely done just by making a selection of the clothing, using that colorize feature within hue saturation, and then if you need to, add curves or levels to bump your contrast to create black and white. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button to get a free tutorial every single week. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a big thumbs up. It helps us with that YouTube algorithm so we can keep pumping more great videos out your way every single week. Thanks again, and I'll learn you later. Bye everyone.